Let's do it.
Three.
We're live. There's no counting. What's going on, my dear brothers and sisters? Welcome to the show. It's SOS Radio on the road. Everything's kind of stuck together. Everything's kind of, we literally have a massive fan. So a lot of that noise you're hearing is a massive fan trying to cool down my laptop here. We got our boy Odie, our dog, just sitting here chilling. He's sleeping. Manny's, of course, co-piloting as always. What's up, Manny?
How's it going, folks?
The folks I hope are good. I hope everyone's well out there. It's going to be definitely a strange one, as always. I think, although this is going to be a particularly weird one, totally unprepared, totally last minute. Don't even know why we're doing this. I think we're doing this because we miss you guys. I think we're doing this because, it's been a while. Maybe some updates are in order. Maybe some tunes that we should just relax and chill and see what happens and see how it goes, how we alls goes. Where's goings? All right, before we say hi to the chats, let's play something. Let's start things off right. I think we just have to go ska. Let's go. We're to big. Actually, hope everyone's doing good. Let's check in and see who's in the chats. We have our dear friend Orthodox Boomer Grandma. I hope you had a fantastic holiday. I hope you had a great, amazing New Year. To everyone, of course, Germanus, our boy. Denise, what's up, sister? How goes it? Antonio Slash is in the house. Post Freedom's here, of course. Welcome, dear sir. We got our dear friend Girl Hex in the house. What's going on, my dude? Moldy, of course, Moldy's here representing. Christina, Orthodox Family Life, welcome. Great to see you guys all in the chats. If I haven't seen you or haven't mentioned your name yet, I will as I scroll through. I hope everyone's doing good. I hope everyone's doing fine. I'm not really sure how I'm doing. I'm not doing bad. I'm not doing good. I'm not really sure. Everything kind of feels like a hazy dream. Still not used to it here. Mixed feelings being here. Mixed feelings about going back. You know what I mean? I don't know. I learned a couple of lessons along the way. Manny, have you learned any lessons along the way? Are we going to do a Manny's talking thing today?
Yeah, it's cold, and there's not much to do around here.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about the. Well, I think there are. For me, I would say, I agree. It is cold. There are things to do. It's just that it doesn't seem like I want to do a lot of the things that people are telling me to do or wanting me to do, or things I used to do don't seem as appealing anymore. What's going on with Instagram? Is that, did we just get shut down or something?
I think so.
What? For what? What's up with Instagram, man? They're always, whatever. I'll take a look at that later. I don't know. We'll see how it goes the next week and a bit. We're here for a little more than a week, almost 2 weeks. Should be interesting. Don't know how, I guess it kind of feels like we got here, tried to settle in on some of the changes and weird things I'd witnessed and saw. And then, good and the bad, of course. And then I think from there on, it was kind of like trying to wrap my head around where I was before we left, where I was before the COVID, and where I am now. Yes, we have definitely seen family, Orthodox Boomer Grandma, and it was a delight to see a lot of my family members and friends. Yesterday, we had the fantastic pleasure of being invited over to our dear friend Sammy Boots. Shout out to Sammy Boots and Krista for having us over to their house. We enjoyed a great meal Sammy prepared for us. Amazing conversation. We've seen our immediate family, of course. My sisters, new nieces and nephews. My parents. The wife lady, my daughter, of course. My dog. An old school friend from like back in the day, my buddy Harry. We're going to be chilling with him tonight. I met Mr. Cosmas in person, live, and live and in person. And I think we're going to a monastery on Monday, which I absolutely need. I need to go to a monastery. I need to go to a church. I need to, I need to kind of, climatize to that all again. I've been doing pretty okay with my spiritual life. Not awesome, but not as bad as I thought I'd be doing here. And we're probably going to a monastery in Bolton, Ontario. I forgot the name of the monastery. I should look it up real quick while we're chatting. But it's a monastery that was started by Elder Ephraim. And our dear brother, Mr. Cosmas, gave me a little bit of insight and story behind that. I'm not going to go into the controversial stuff, not about Elder Ephraim, but why he left Canada and why Elder Ephraim made his way to Arizona. Apparently, he was here in Toronto, Ontario for a long while, and also opened up a monastery in British Columbia, I believe. And the name of the monastery here, forgive me for not knowing offhand, Mr. Cosmas has sent me, I don't remember, Theophania on Monday. Oh, no, that's Theophania. That's not anyways, I have to look it up, the name of the monastery, as I should already know it, but I don't. Anyways, yeah, so it's started by Elder Ephraim. We should be going there to check that out on Monday. So I'm really looking forward to that, kind of, get back on track. I think it's a good way to start the week. We're going to get back to doing proper work for SOS Radio, Board No More. We're going to be planning a new Board No More stream. So we'll be reaching out to a bunch of our dear brothers and sisters out there, to podcasters and content creators. We're definitely going to get another Board No More stream going probably in the next couple of weeks. It's been kind of weird because we don't really have a place to stream right now. Like, basically we have to wait for everyone to leave the house and try to quickly set up and tear it all down before they come back. So that's a bit of a challenge. Anyways, let's carry on with some more music. And I have no no playlist set up for today at all. Like literally, I do not. So I'm kind of just like scrolling through. As I already said, totally last minute doing this stream, and we just thought we'd throw things together. I need to get my blood pressure up. I need to get moving a bit. So let's go with, you know what? Nah, let's not do that. Let's go with, you know what? Let's go with this. It could be very well be a reggae Saturday here on SOS Radio. Switch it up with a little bit of Raga Jungle. Coming in high with the Raga Jungle. A road boy mix now.
Road boy talk, this on the dog talk. Boy, this on the road boy talk. Road boy talk, this on the dog talk. Boy, this on the road boy talk.
That bass line, you know, running through you, running through your soul, Bridget. Come on. Give it up, give it up, give it up, like that. That's how they do it. I don't have the words, but I got the cadence. I don't have the words. It would be like.
Original road boy talk. Original road boy talk. Original road boy talk. When me come and up, they come and mash them down. When me come and up, they come and mash them down. If they want a gun down, I want to show them. You can tell them, like me and the rub the thing around. Original bad boy. Original bad boy. Original bad boy. Original bad boy.
Check, 1, 2. We need effects.
Watch yourself.
Yeah, man, you know. We need all them things up in this house, Bridget. Welcome now. Top selector. Turn the microphone, you know, check now. We need some remix lighting.
Road boy talk, this on the dog talk. Boy, this on the road boy talk. Road boy talk, this on the dog talk. Boy, this on the road boy talk.
Rude boy. Rewind top selector. We are a skunking Saturday, you know. Mash it up, Bridget. Mash it up now.
Why can't I get my effects?
When we are killed, DJ, we not live no way with them. When we are killed, DJ, we not live no way with them.
Class, you know, check them out now. Welcome, Bridget. Tell me, sister. Now I want to delete.
Original road boy, watch without.
Boom,
Original road boy, watch without.
Right,
Original road boy, watch without. Original road boy, watch without. Road boy talk, this on the dog talk.
One time.
Boy, this on the road boy talk. Road boy talk, this on the dog talk. Boy, this on the
Road boy talker. Check out now.
Honestly, I wish I had my proper setup. I do not have my proper setup. Not that my proper setup is actually any good, but at least it's better than what I got going on now. All right, boys and girls, I hope you guys are settled in for a weird ride. It's going to be weird, I could tell you that right now. I feel strange, but in a good way, and whatever. You know, I'll just stop talking. I see our dear brother Alexander Walker's in the house. What's going on, brother, man? Hope you're doing well. You know, we're gonna definitely keep the Ruggamuffin style going. Don't worry, Germanus. I got you, bud. I got you. Yeah, I guess we got some decent news about the Texas project. We have a bit more time to get our things together and you know, throw down our offer, but we're getting close to that. Do have a lot of people interested in what we're doing in Texas here in Canada. Thank the Lord. Some people are kind of like, okay, yeah, that sounds like a good plan. You know, things are kind of weird here. You know what I mean? Maybe we should check out Texas. Maybe we should see what's going on there. It seems that a lot of people are taking us more seriously than I expected. That's good news. Only a few people with a small amount of pushback. I thought there would be a lot more pushback from friends and family here that may not see the world the way I do, the way Manny does, and the way some of us in the chats do. But I think the reality of the darkness settling in has caught up to people. One thing I did notice yesterday at Sammy's house, again, big shout out to our boy Sammy Boots for inviting us over for an amazing dinner and conversation. It was lovely. It was truly awesome to see my dear brother Sammy and his amazing family. One thing we were talking about, they're asking about what noticeable differences have we experienced here while we've been in Toronto the last couple of weeks, and a number of things were strange, but one thing I have to say is, like, I was trying to look for a way of summing it up in a poetic way, and unfortunately the best I got is to rip off Pink Floyd and say people feel comfortably numb here. I think that's the best way to put it. And this goes for all people that have the exact same views I do, the people that have the exact opposite views I do, people that are kind of in the middle. I'm noticing it. And even when you ask a few questions from a lot of the Torontonians here, even if at first they're like, yeah, everything's fine, everything's normal. You just ask a couple basic questions like, do you hang out with anyone? And they're like, no, not really. We don't really hang out with anyone. This goes for all age groups too. Not just the older people, not just the super young or the people in the middle. Nobody hangs out with anybody anymore here, and they've all said this. Some of them have mentioned that when they do hang out with friends, it just something feels different than it used to, a little bit off. People feel disconnected. And I don't know what it's like in other places. Like, I don't know what it was like pre-COVIDs in Texas, let's say, or California or New York or anywhere anyone out there is from. So let us know in the comments. Have you noticed the difference with people? Like, have they changed psychologically? What I mean by that, again, if I need to be more clear than I have been, and forgive me, I'm not as good and quick with my words as I normally am. I have been drinking a bit here and there. Nothing crazy. I have not gotten blasted as of yet, just to be clear. But when you're at friends' houses, this and that, you can have a couple extra drinks. But it has made me a little bit more cloudy. And I would say that if I was trying to find the proper words to use to describe what I'm trying to say, I would say things feel comfortably numb. So I would say things feel very comfortable here. Like, I'm not going to lie. It is kind of cool to be in a house with all the conveniences that we don't have exactly in Mexico. Be around my family, all my family. The wife lady, my daughter, my parents, my sisters, my friends. It feels comfortable being around them. It feels comfortable being around my dog and my cat. Sitting in a cozy house, just relaxing. And feeling the warmth of the heating machine heating the house. Those kinds of things. That's kind of nice. So that's comfortable. And the numb part is it does feel, and again, I could be biased. So if someone's listening to this and they're like, I don't agree with this guy, he's not giving you guys like an accurate depiction of what it's like in beautiful Toronto, because everything's awesome here. For those people, I don't know what to say. Well, chime in, make a comment, drop a comment, let me know how I'm right or wrong. But everyone feels kind of numb. What I mean by that is, like, nobody looks at each other in the eyes anymore. No one says hello anymore. We already talked about this. Yes, that was already changing pre-COVIDs. Sure. But post-COVIDs, it's far more that the case. And, little things I can use as evidence to go, something's not right, is like people I know that used to hang out with family members and friends on a constant and consistent basis, having people over for dinner, going out for a coffee, going out for a beer, going to check out a show, or all that stuff. No one's doing any of that stuff anymore, it seems. And they're like, oh, sure, we do it all the time. And then you just ask a couple of questions, and they're like, it's not the same. It's just not the same. Yesterday at Sammy's house, everyone kind of said the same sort of thing. all my friends and family, buddies of mine, I'm like, yo, you guys don't hang out no more? And they're like, nah, not really, I'd rather just stay home. Like, what am I going to do? You know what I mean? That kind of thing. And it just seems that it's creating more and more space between people. So there's that. And then there's this bizarre, like, haze everyone kind of has where, like, they say things are normal, and then you just ask a couple of questions about certain things, and all of a sudden it doesn't sound so normal. It doesn't sound as normal as they're saying. Anyways, let's play some music, and we'll come back to jibber jabber a little bit about that. What better way to go than let's go with a little bit of Texas. A little bit of Texas out there. I need a bit of Texas. We'll talk about Texas in a minute too, actually. Good old buddy Holly.
Well, that'll be the day when you say goodbye.
Proud boy of Texas.
When you make me cry, you say
Mr. Holly. Cheers.
no, it's a lie, 'cause that'll be the day
When I die.
Well, you give me all your loving and your dirty loving, all your hugs and kisses and your money too. Well, you know you love me, baby. Still, you tell me maybe that someday. Well,
I'm going to read the comments when I get back in there.
that'll be the day when
We'll just
you
let
say goodbye.
Mr. Body Holly do his thing. That'll be the day. That's a lie. That'll be the day that I die. Oh, yeah. The type of guitar solos I do adore. I do love them. Woo. Oh, boy, I smashed that microphone. Look at this. You hear that?
Well, that'll be the day when you say goodbye. Yes,
That'll be the day.
when you make me cry. You say you're gonna leave. You know
that's a lie.
'cause
That'll be the day that
when
I
I die. Well, when Cupid shot his dart, he shot it at your heart.
It was an interesting
So
day
if
when
you ever
Mr.
cry,
Holly did
I
die.
leave you.
with the Big
You say
Bopper
you're
and Richie
gonna
Valens.
tell me, boy,
playing Crash.
that someday, well, I'll be through. Well, that'll be the day when you say goodbye. Yes, that'll be the day.
What's up with Texans dying in plane crashes or helicopters? Stevie Ray as well.
That'll be the day when I die.
Well, yeah, okay. Let's talk a little bit about Texas in a second. Once I go through some of these comments here, did I miss anything, Manny? Is there something I should be looking for? Are you spaced out? You're spaced out. I could tell it by the look on his face.
Nothing too out of the norm.
Yeah. Out of the normal. Well, I don't know. Let's see. It's great to have. Oh yeah. How's that going? Oh, Mark and Maida. That's awesome. I hope that the move was good for them and easy for them, and everyone's kind of settled in. That's pretty cool news. It's very sad and concerning. Orthodox family life says that's a dangerous feeling. Yeah, comfortably numb. I think Germanus was commenting on that. Antonio Slash says 100%. There's a difference, but the general population has changed quite a bit in the last 5 years here. For sure, I would say so. Orthodox family life says no difference locally, but people in the cities, yes, I think so. Yeah, I agree. I think the people outside of this, I don't know what it's like in California, but here, the people outside of the cities, they kind of feel like they've escaped something, only to come to something that may not be what they're looking for. But that's here in Canada and Ontario. I don't know what it's like where you guys are at. But what can I say? It's been a strange ride here. Not all bad. Like I might keep giving the impression that it's bad. It's not. Like I keep repeating how awesome it is to be around family and friends. And it kind of solidified more of a feeling I've had for a while that maybe what I miss more is a time long gone, and not even all that long ago. I'm not talking about like in the 70s or 80s or the 90s or anything like that. I'm like literally talking about maybe 10 years ago. I missed kind of some of that stuff. Speaking of that, let's go with one of I played it last time. I'm gonna play it again. One of the greatest cover songs of all time by one of the best bands that takes crappy songs and makes them awesome. Los Colorados. Actually, I have a video of them playing this song. Maybe that would be cooler right now, and then I'll play the song just so you guys can get a visual and be like, oh, that's what these guys look like. That's nuts. That's crazy. Like, give me a second here. I'm going to find it, and then we're going to jiggy jangs this whole thing. Again, my apologies if we're not on our game here. I could tell we're not, both of us. I'm definitely not. Manny's definitely not. Let's see if we can find this thing here. I guess, did I delete it? I might have deleted it. Oh, I might have deleted it. That would suck. Yeah, I think I did. Ah, well. I'll have to find it and then show it to you guys in a second. But here, till we get to that point, here's Los Colorados with one of the greatest cover songs of all time. Crappy song. They took a crappy song and made it awesome. That's a skill. Taking a crappy song and making it awesome is definitely a skill.
Change your mind like a girl changes clothes. Yeah, you PMS like a beach. I don't know. And you always think, always speak critically.
Check.
I should know that you're no good for me. Cause you're hot and you're cold, you're yes and you're no, you're in and you're out, you're up and you're down, you're wrong when it's right, it's black and it's white, we fight, we break up, we kiss, we make up. You don't really wanna stay, to go, fuck you. You don't really wanna go, oh, you're hot and you're cold, you're yes and you're no, you're in and you're out, you're up and you're down.
Boom, right there. Moldy Apples is in the house. Punchy is in the house. Welcome, my dear friends. Change your mind. Change his clothes. That's sexist. Gene Reeves is in the house. Welcome, my dear brother, Gene. Always speak critically. I should know that you're no good for me. Cause you're hot and you're cold, you're yes and you're no, you're in and you're out, you're up and you're down, you're wrong when it's right, it's black and it's white, we fight, we break up, we kiss, we make up. You don't really wanna stay, no, but you don't really wanna go, oh, you're hot and you're cold, you're yes and you're no, you're in and you're out, you're up and you're down. Oh, this is the best breakdown right here. This breakdown just gets me every time. Makes me lose my mind right here. Check it out. Check it out. Come on now.
Someone call the doctor. Got a case of a low bipolar. The corner, roller coaster. Can't get up this ride. You change your mind like a girl changes clothes. You're hot and you're cold, you're yes and you're no, you're in and you're out, you're up and you're down, you're wrong and it's right, it's black and it's white, we fight, we break up, we kiss, we make up. You don't really wanna stay.
All right. We need some Orthodox musicians right now to be playing in the background. And honestly, I've been playing this song almost daily just to kind of keep me on track, to remind me of the dark, to remind me of the light, to remind me of what the whole point of me trying to do this stream with you guys is. Am I finding my way closer to God? Am I finding my way further from God? I guess recently it kind of feels like, you know, kind of still staying on track. I'm not losing like my grip completely, but I am being tested. I could feel it within myself to see if I could be disciplined enough to, you know, keep things on the right path. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little surprised. I thought I would have gotten deeper down the dark well, but I didn't. I'm happy about that. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much been just hanging out with family and friends. Haven't done anything crazy or dumb. I've had a few drinks, but I haven't gotten blasted, so I'm happy about that. Anyways, here we go. Our dear brother Justin Marler doing what he does best. Anti-Human, one of my favorite songs of 2024 for sure. Has not been released. Will be released on our label. On our label.
I feel it waiting. I feel it wanting. I feel it moving. I feel it crawling. I feel it crawling. I feel it crawling underneath my skin. It starts to weaken and it runs within. The sickness grows, thought and feeling. Self-destruction seems so appealing.
I hear you, Orthodox Boomer Grandma. I might need a bit of a break myself. Although I don't drink a lot. I don't drink a lot.
Oh yeah, alright, it's back. Sort of.
Right? I love that breakdown. I love that breakdown. Justin Marler. Come on, man. It's so good. Oh yeah. Anti-Human by our dear brother Justin Marler. We should be dropping a lot of music this year. We have a bunch of artists that you guys all love and know. Some of them are even in the chats. We'll be releasing a compilation sometime soon. We're trying to figure all that out. This next couple of weeks is going to be a lot of planning and preparing for what we want to achieve this year in terms of Board No More, SOS Radio, SOS Podcast, me smashing this microphone stand. Makes this crazy sound. Pretty cool, eh? Pretty cool. Like old school reverb, just a spring. Boom. Like that. Anyways, we hopefully are going to have an amazing year putting out content, building what we're trying to build in Texas and in Mexico, and find our way to back and forth from here in Toronto, Canada. So we can continue seeing our brothers and sisters, our friends and family, so we can continue maybe even building a pipeline for people that are not interested in doing the way things are being done up here. So Texas, we had some interesting news today, which basically buys us a little bit more time to piece together the plan. I will be speaking with Father Theophan, who's kind of I guess you could say representing for the diocese in the south. So that conversation will be probably had very soon. So we'll be figuring all that out. We've had a lot of interest from people that want to hear more about the project, that want to find out when things will get moving, in terms of like the physical structuring of things, like getting the property, putting it all together. Looks like it could happen sooner than later. Depends on how God sees things. As God willing, we will be doing this very soon. But as far as the stuff we have control of, which is like, building the plan, piecing it together, both the analog and the digital, as we've repeated many a times. We are moving forward our digital platform, like basically the thing I've repeated 100 times, and I apologize if I'm repeating myself, but it's kind of good to kind of remind everyone what we're doing. Also reminds ourselves. Also, be able to have like a good elevator pitch, as Father Turbo had said. Just keep repeating it, so that you can be able to give a person a 5-minute breakdown of what you're doing. So basically, we'll be able to onboard some content creators. That would be podcasters, musicians, digital artists, or whatever. Very soon, I think. I think within a couple of months, I think we'll be like up and running. I think even sooner than that, but I'm just trying to give it a little bit, a little bit of a padding there. So that'll be an Orthodox platform for each and every one of you guys that wants to, have access to some awesomeness. We'll be onboarding all our dear brothers and sisters, podcasters and content creators soon. They'll have their own like space on there. It'll be like their own kind of website. At the same time, as a person, as an audience member, you would just log into this app. We'll make it super basic, super simple. And on there, it'll be like Spotify. It'll be like YouTube. It'll be like Twitter. It'll be like Telegram. It'll be like Patreon, all slammed in together to one space and place. So for those of you guys that have been having problems with Patreon, we'll bypass all that. And when the censorship comes, which is already on its way, they're already starting talking about banning certain people and shadow banning and then blah, blah, blah. That won't be affecting any one of us. You'll also be able to buy merch from all your favorite content creators out there. So like example, we'd have Post's music on there. We'd have Gene Reeves' music on there. We'd have our Orthodox Family Life. Christina will have her own little section there, so it'll run as if it's her own website, and on the back end, everything will be transparent. All of the money will be easily seen by each and every one of you guys that wants to see where the money goes and how everyone gets paid. And again, we will not own any masters. We will not own any copyrights. So yeah, that's where you'll go for your Orthodox content, all in one place. And it'll be very easy to onboard people. It'll be very easy to do transactions. Also, Germanus's groups will be put on there as well. We'll have a contact to All Night Vigil, his amazing Telegram group out there. Also, things like Mela had started a book club. So also, if you want to join that, join our Discord. You can join Mela's book club. Germanus and Mela combined had a really good idea about kind of taking the idea of Craigslist, how it used to be, and connecting that with our community so people can have like an online Orthodox Craigslist sort of thing. We'll also, our dear brother Brody's in the house. Welcome, my dear brother. Great to see you, sir. So we'll have like a Craigslist situation on there, buy and trade sort of thing. We'll also have everything hooked up with a particular type of cryptocurrency that'll be within our own little ecosystem that will be going through Cyprian from the Royal Path on help on that. And basically, it'll be pretty easy. If you're super boomer and thinking and you can't use crypto, no problem. You could use PayPal or whatever you want, and you can purchase whatever it is that you want to purchase on the platform to support any of the artists out there, Buck Johnson, Father Turbo. We're working on something with, I don't want to say too much, but we also have a lot of production in the background too. So we have a lot of things we're working on. We're trying to produce some new shows. So we'll be reaching out to a lot of our dear brothers and sisters out there already that are podcasting, like Orthodox Family Life, and Father Turbo, Buck Johnson, and a bunch more. Pretty much everyone you see in our chats and whoever wants to join. Again, we don't own any copyrights. We don't own any masters, so why wouldn't you do this? The physical copy of the zine, this week we're going to try to finalize that. And that'll be out really, really soon. So basically, Daniel is in charge of all our graphic design now and all of that stuff. So he'll be taking care of the layout and all of that. And we will have a physical copy ready for anyone that wants to purchase that. Let's see what else we got. I mean, we got a lot of things going on. Too many things to even. I should have a written list of stuff in front of me and then just go off on all that. So, anyways, all of this is tied into Texas, of course. We're looking at going back to Texas soon. Prepare for getting to Texas. Let me just be clear on this one thing here. If we don't get the property we're looking at now and that whole thing, it don't matter. We'll go somewhere else in Texas, somewhere nearby. That plan, Texas, is happening. Especially now that I've been back to Canada. Especially now that I've talked to people around me here. Especially after having met so many of you guys, both in person as well as online. It's okay. So give me a second here. So it's one thing to have like an idea and a thought, and then you go to the location, and now it's physical, it's real. It's not just a thought. So I came back to Toronto. I'm like, is it as different as I thought it? As I think it's gonna be. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I come back and everything's totally normal, and then you have to like make sure that you're not being biased and be like, oh, no, I have to take an honest assessment of the place. Yes, I don't particularly like the heavy left leaning bent here in Toronto, but I can't be biased either. If I came back and everything was super awesome and super cool and kind of like going back to 10 years ago, then why would I not consider that as an option? I got back to Toronto and it's absolutely not that. I don't see any of that. I see quite the opposite, as I've already mentioned. So let's see. What was I saying? Yeah, Texas. So, and we went to Texas. We saw things. We saw the good and the bad, and weighing everything out. I could tell you right now, I don't see a future or a comfortable, good future here in Toronto. I would say in Canada in general, but I'll say in Toronto. And I base that on three things. I call them my three pillars. So when I'm talking to someone and they tell me I'm crazy about my views, then I ask them to deconstruct and take apart my argument for the three things that I see strange. Number one, the illegal immigration. It is ridiculously rampant here, like a lot. And every single person, despite their views on anything political or their opinions on the last couple of years or whatever, everybody, when that's brought up, they all fully agree that it's pretty gnarly here and it's going to get as bad as it is in some other places like in the UK. Again, I'm referring to illegal immigration. It's like a lot here. Number two, the financial situation. The price of goods here has gone up a lot. So when people bring up like Texas to me, they're like, "Oh, what's it like there?" I'm like, "It's not even close to what it is here, man. Are you kidding me?" It's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Never mind just the price of housing or rent, which is astronomical. Let's see. A house that we were looking at in Texas was between 300. Like I'm using a particular person's house. The person said between 350 and even let's say 500,000 for like a pretty huge bungalow, a lot of rooms, a lot of space, a lot of acreage, big property. That exact same property here, and I live in a neighborhood that looks very similar to that neighborhood that we saw in Texas. That same house here. So the person that had the house says it's somewhere between 350 and 500, and we're like adding an extra 100,000. I think he's like actually more like 400. Let's just say it was 500,000 American for that house. That same exact house here would be 2.6 million. 2.6 million in Toronto. That same exact house. So that's kind of nuts. Oh, Boomer Grandma says my daughter needs you. Absolutely. And that's a big reason why I'm doing this. I want to bring my daughter, I've been talking to her about Texas and stuff like that. We've been talking about, she's been asking a lot of questions. She's definitely interested in it. So that's why I'm trying to pull off this Texas thing. So they would be coming with me. Just to be clear about my daughter or whatever. No, there's no chance I'm going to spend all that much more time away from her. I'm kind of looking at this task that's before me as something where I go there and I build something for her to come to. My daughter, that is. and D, the wife lady, for sure. Her too. Anybody that wants to come down. Things have been pretty good here in terms of getting along with everybody. That's it's been great in that sense. Slow boy, whiteboard, welcome to the house. So no way I'm leaving my daughter behind. That ain't happening. Wife lady, daughter, anybody and everybody. My sisters, some of them were asking questions about Texas. I think it's gotten to the point here. So back to the 3 pillars, where even if you wanted to stay here, you can't see a future 5 years from now. Like I even asked some people when they're like, "Oh, things will get better, inflation will get in bread." No, dude, I'm talking about crazy amounts of money for food here, like crazy amounts of money for food here, and it doesn't compare to the prices I saw in the U.S. They're not so bad there at all, at all. You know, like I don't even want to say what I'm thinking, because you're going to think it's extreme, like I'm exaggerating. But literally, I went and bought a bunch of stuff for dinner. Manny was with me, and there was really nothing extra in there. There was maybe a couple of jugs of water. You know what I mean? It wasn't like we bought other things. We just bought stuff for dinner. I'm just trying to be fair and think to myself, did we add anything to the cart that was extra other than the jugs of water? That I can't really think of anything. It might have been like some extra.
So.
Yeah, I don't think so. It might have been some extra cheese or whatever. But basically, we bought ground beef, bacon, because we were going to make burgers. We were going to make some awesome burgers. We bought some cheese. We bought some buns and bread for the burger. Tomatoes, some mushrooms, potatoes. It's hilarious. We're literally going through the whole list just to give you how much I paid. Just because I want to be fair. I don't want to make things unfair, right? So I want to make sure that whatever I'm assessing here is accurate, right? I don't want to give myself a delusion or anybody else. I don't think we added. I think we had these 2 big jugs of water, like I would say 8 liters altogether. So for the Americans, I don't know, figure out what that is in whatever you guys use to measure liquids.
1 bunch of parsley.
A bunch of parsley. So that whole list: meat, parsley, bread. 2 jugs of 8 liters of water, some ground beef, some bacon, some cheese, and it was a small pack of cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, that kind of stuff, right? Mushrooms. That's it. Like, that's what we're talking about. You know how much we paid? Like 100 Canadian dollars, which is like, I don't know, like $80 American or something like that. Not $90 American. Probably like $90 American. It's $100 for all of that. $100 for all of that, and half of it was on like it's ridiculous, man, ridiculous. The shang-a-lang, the ding-dongs, kind of ridiculous, guys. All right, let's just keep playing some music, because I have not been doing that a lot. Again, if you're just tuning in, it's totally an impromptu, like random SOS stream. Nothing fancy is gonna happen here today, I don't think. Just be some jabbering, trying to get things right, because we're here. And the you know what I mean? As I'm jabbering, I'm looking for a song to play, because nothing was prepared. Why? Totally random. How come? I don't know. I already told you, so don't ask me again. Here we go. Dear brothers and sisters, let's make a move and just jump around. We're going to jump around some genres, because that's kind of how I feel at the moment. And that's just kind of how it is sometimes.
Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water, and I think of all the things what you're doing.
Let's let Amy take us home here.
Since I come home, well, my body's been a
Valerie
mess.
by the
And I
Zootons,
miss
covered by
your
Amy
tender
Winehouse.
and the way you like the day.
I'll tell you a little bit about Amy when we're
Won't you
done
come
here.
on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Oh, why don't you come on over, Valerie? Valerie.
Oh, Amy, what happened?
Did you have to go to jail? Put your house up for sale. Did you get a good lawyer? I hope you didn't catch a thing. I hope you find the right man who'll fix it for you. And now you're shopping anywhere. Change the color of your hair. And are you busy?
Oh, man, Amy, every time, man. She gets me every time, Amy. That
And
voice.
did you have to pay that fine?
Baby.
That you were dodging all the time. Are you still dizzy?
Oh, man, the poor girl, what they did to her.
Since I come home, well, my body's been a mess. And I miss your ginger hair and the way you like the days. I want you to come on over and stop making a fool out of me. Oh, why don't you come on over, Valerie? Valerie. Valerie. Valerie.
Man,
Sometimes
that
I go
voice,
out
man.
by myself
It's like next level.
and I look across
Come
the
on.
water. And I think of all the things what you're doing. And in my head I paint a picture.
Oh, come on now.
Since I come home, well, my body's been a mess. And I miss your ginger hair and the way you like the days. Won't you come on over and stop making a fool out of me? Oh, why don't you come on over, Valerie? Valerie, Valerie, Valerie. Oh, Valerie. Oh, Valerie.
Yeah, so I bought my daughter Back in Black for on vinyl. One of the birthday Christmas presents I gave her. I was happy to see that she remembered back in the day when I would always play Amy Winehouse, and it kind of stuck with her. And she likes Amy, and it's yeah, Amy's story is a sad one, and it's not even exactly accurate the way it's told out there. Like we watched the movie that was made about her. I was like, they left so much out, and they kind of didn't really paint the proper picture. They're always painting this picture of like musicians just like cracked out for no reason, and they had but that's not usually. Anyways, with Amy Winehouse, there was some bizarre industry manipulation that occurred, and certain things she wasn't playing along with. Coincidentally enough, oftentimes we find musicians that either A, went along with things to a certain degree. MIA is a good example. And then all of a sudden was like, yo, this isn't for me. Jay-Z and Beyonce doing satanic things and blah, blah, blah. Maybe I don't want to be on this record label. Maybe I don't want to deal with this stuff. And all of a sudden they blacklist them. MIA is a perfect example of that. Amy was also taken down that road. It's not talked about often. I mean, should be. But anyways, let's talk about more of the good stuff. That album was recorded at Daptone Records, which you've heard me talk about before. One of my favorite modern day record labels. And Daptone Records, one of the reasons why she recorded it there, you know, they were trying to get her to be, you know, more, prim and proper, more like, celebrity bunny, whatever you want to call them. Whatever they do there with the ladies, especially in that at that time period in music history. I remember it specifically because I was still at the record label at that time, and one of the guys that was at the label, because he knew I was a bit of a jerk. My opinions on music, I was always like very forward about that. So he asked me like, "Yo, can you check out this album?" I had heard Amy Winehouse's first 2 albums, like the demo, her debut and stuff like that, and I was like, "Yeah, okay, great voice, whatever," but it wasn't my style, and I was kind of like, whatever. And she definitely wasn't popular in Canada and the U.S. Not at all as how she became. But anyways, the point is, he put Back in Black on my album on my desk, and I play it, and the first thing I thought of was like, dude, this sounds like Stax Records. This sounds like it was recorded at Stax Records. And the tone of that album sonically is like amazing. I love the way that album sounds, and the big reason why is because it was recorded at, I mean, obviously Amy is amazing and incredible, but it was also recorded at Daptone Records, and Daptone Records had bought a lot of the old gear from Stax Records and had rebuilt this like a throwback old school style recording studio in Brooklyn, I believe, and like right down to like pulling out the floor and putting rubber tires and then putting the floor back together just to kind of give it that particular sound. Anyways, honestly, sick sounding album. That was where she recorded that album. Another great musician that recorded at Daptone, also had the Daptones backing them up. Amy did as well on a couple of performances. And they also found this guy at the age of 65 or something like that. You know what I mean? And I remember when I first heard this guy before he became popular because of the documentary made about him. Yeah, lost my mind a little bit. It's pretty sick. Found this guy at 65 or something like that. Former James Brown cover guy. Lee Fields. Charles Bradley. Also recorded at Daptone Records.
I'm tired of the city life. I'm tired of the city people trying to get in my business to see you. I know, baby, we gotta get on through and go somewhere. I got the love. I got the love. Baby, got the love for you and me. Let's go somewhere where I don't care. Let's get on 95 and feel the fire. Just you and me, baby. I got the love. I got the love. I got the love. I got the love. Just you and me. Baby.
Oh man. Dear brother Charles, also a man of God. He's very Christian, very devout, as in a Protestant sort of way, but still, his heart was in the right place. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of which, Quick and the Dead, Justin Marler, let's go.
Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Oh, sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Were you there when they nailed him to the cross? Were you there when they nailed him to the cross? Oh, sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they nailed him to the cross? Were you there when they laid him in the tomb? Were you there when they laid him in the tomb? Oh, sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they laid him in the tomb? I was not there, I was not born. I missed the quake and the curtain torn. I didn't see the crown of spear and Mary watching through her tears. The nails driven as he bled. The crown of thorns was on his head. But you and I were on his mind. Were you there when the stone was rolled away? Were you there when the stone was rolled away? Oh, sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when the stone was rolled away?
Of course, that was the amazing and wonderful Justin Marler, Quick and the Dead. I see Vigo's in our chats. What's up? Welcome, my dear friend. I think I said hello to everybody. Brody, what song are you talking about? I think you're talking about Charles Bradley. And of course, Mr. Bradley always dropped them. Hot and awesome. Amazing musician. And it's crazy how he became popular at a very old age. But I'm happy he did. Because Mr. Bradley dropped some amazing tracks before he passed. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, let's go with this right now because that's what I want to hear. Tim Armstrong, Tim Time Bomb, 30 pieces of silver. That's exactly what Judas received.
For 30 pieces of silver. For 30 pieces of silver. For 30 pieces of silver. Judas Charmer is your name. The shoes you wore are bargain. The shoes you wore are bargain. The pants you wore are bargain. Judas Charmer is your name. So hear them call you Judas. They call you Judas. Your name is Judas. Walk past Judas, 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 Judas. Hey.
Check it out. The fader. You can't get the delay going though. I don't know why.
30 pieces of silver. For 30 pieces of silver. For 30 pieces of silver. Judas Charmer is your name. The shirts you wore, I bought them. The shoes you wore, I bought them. The pants you wore, I bought them. Judas Charmer is your name. So I hear them call you
Judas.
Your name is Judas.
You're such a Judas.
You're the best friend. Your name is Judas, 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 Judas.
Yeah, I've met a few Judases in my time. One in particular, almost his name sounds like that. Anyways, for those of you guys that are loving the inflation out there, the amazing inflation that exists but does not exist, depending on where you live, it's a little bit more or a little bit less. I could tell you here, it's far higher than they're telling you. My guess is around 22-25%. That's what my guess is. It's that high. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Anyways, here we go. For those people that they're loving the inflation. I love inflation. Inflation is great.
You see, inflation and taxation has taken over our great nation. People, stop what you're doing and listen to what I have to say. Inflation is in the nation and it's about to put us all away. I can see a depression coming on, but like most of you, I hope that I'm wrong.
First person Q. Welcome, my dear brother. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's go.
I said, inflation, why don't you get out the nation?
Come on, inflation, we want more.
Foreign relation.
Bring it, bring it.
It's bad communication. The starvation was already in the land, and even then, poor people didn't stand a chance. Food keeps going up, ain't never coming down. Pretty soon there won't be no one around.
Oh yes, it's most definitely from the 70s, my dear sister, Orthodox boomer grandma.
Taxation can't help the situation.
Actually, the funny thing is, this song was released recently, a couple years ago, but it was originally recorded in the 70s.
Cause inflation is in the nation.
Good old Ernest Jackson.
All the way. I said, inflation, why don't you get out the nation?
I want more inflation, boys and girls. Inflate the prices. Which is funny because I was at my dad's house and we were kind of talking a little bit about the price of things and how crazy some of that stuff is. And then I don't know. I just got in the. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna look up because they were talking about a house that we still owe my parents, and they had bought it in a downtown area of Toronto, right, which is like the highest priced value of all the property in Canada for the most part, and they're pretty close to downtown. By today's standards, there's most definitely considered downtown. And they bought the house for a little over $100,000 in 91, around that time. They were even talking about another house, or maybe 80. No, I'm sorry, 88. Sorry, 88, my mistake. And then they were talking about another house that they had purchased around the same time. That was under $100,000. And we're talking about my parents' house is a big house by Toronto downtown standards. It's a very big house. It's detached because there's a lot of houses in that area that are semi-detached, or they're like a townhouse. Their property is detached. It's the biggest on the street, both the property and the house. So that house currently is probably a couple million easy, like maybe I would say 2 million, 2, 3, maybe even like a bit more than that currently. No one here is a millionaire by any standards, but like I'm telling you here, the prices are ridiculous. So I was like, what was the average salary a person made in 88? And it turns out it was $45,000 of the time. And then I looked at what the average is today, and honestly, the average here in Toronto isn't as high as I expected. It is between, and I'll be fair, between 50 and say 80,000, but it's not. It's less than that. But I'll just be fair, between 50 and 80,000. And the average house in Toronto currently is well into the millions. Like, you're not getting much for $1 million. That's an interesting way of looking at inflation. The amount made is very little, like increase. That is.
Should also note.
Yep.
I believe the second salary statistic was household income.
Correct. Good point, Manny. That's right. The 80. That's correct. The in the 80s average income was per person, but then they were talking about the houses today. They're saying household income. So that's two income earners. Good point, Manny. Thank you for reminding me of that. So like, think about that. Do the math on that. That's insane. You could buy a house at that time in Toronto for easily under 100,000, easily. And they were giving me direct examples of houses, because in the 80s, my dad was buying and selling houses. He was kind of like flipping houses a bit. So they definitely knew the housing prices of the 80s for sure, because that's what my dad was doing. And it was very easy to buy a house downtown Toronto for under 100,000. Okay. And the average person at that time was making 45,000. Okay. And then today, you can't buy a house at $1 million in Toronto. Like, you really, really can't. The house I own here, outside of Toronto, downtown core, it's not a great house, and it's valued at 1.6 million, and it's really not it's fine for what we need, but this house is not worth 1.6 million at all. And then the average person in Canada, in Toronto, makes between 50. I said 80 to be fair, just in case someone's listening to this and kind of like, no, that's not what it says. It said per household, right? First of all, per household. So that means that more than one earner, number one. Number two, if you look at the average person makes here, it's actually probably around 60,000, let's say, just to be fair. But it's definitely not 100,000. That's for sure. It's definitely not 100,000, and the property value of my parents' house, perfect example, was a bit over 100, and now it is well over 2 mil. Kind of nuts when you think about it that way. So inflation's a good thing, guys. It's really good. Oh yeah, and I think it's like that in a lot of cities that are left-leaning. So I'm sure it's kind of like that in New York. I mean, of course, the prices are, and like major cities in California. Like, I'm talking about major cities like LA and stuff, and Portland, Seattle, places like that. It's crazy how, like, anyways, whatever. Average person isn't making 60,000. Are you crazy? Yeah, I know. I'm trying to. What would you think it is, Brody? I could look it up again, but it was, and I'm talking about in Toronto. To afford a house in Toronto, you need to have almost 400,000 household income. Yeah, that sounds about right, Antonio Slash. Let's look up the exact number that the controllers of the internets want me to say to you. How much average income in Toronto, Ontario. The average income, yearly salary in Toronto is, according to these guys, 62,000. That is the average. The average salary of a Torontonian. Canadian average salary is 54,000. According to the Fritchi Fracci peoples. I'm not saying the Fritchi Fracci peoples are 100% correct. They're not 100% correct. And of course, that's Canadian dollars, not American dollars. And the Canadian dollars are a lot less dollary than the American dollars. Fun fact, I think there was only a couple times in history where the Canadian dollars was more dollars than the American dollars. Very few times. All right, let's just keep playing some music and see where it takes us. And you know what I mean? Because we have the Wonton Willies here. I don't know if do you guys know about Wonton Willie? I don't know if you guys know about Wonton Willie. But since we're sticking with economic disaster situations and highway robbery, legal robbery in an illegal way, like taxes and like inflation, right? Inflation, greatest form of robbery out there. You know what I'm saying? And they could play with how much you're making and how much things are costing, and they play the balance and they take your value, right? It's gone. It's gone. Right? That's the best way of theft. I love it. It's beautiful if you really think about it. It's a great way of stealing from people. And then you'd be like, it's not my fault, man. It's not my fault. You know what I'm saying? Raise those minimum wages. That's a good answer. That helps. All we have to do, raise the minimum wage. We're fine. Everything's good. Yeah. Malakias. Here we go. Sizzla was telling you about this a while back ago. Pre the COVIDs, 15 years ago, our dear brother Sizzla was letting you know about these kinds of things. Listen to the lyrics of this track, guys. Listen to the lyrics.
Now look from when them say they want to help we. From way back then, but they're just not interested. So many youths in the penitentiary. Crime and violence are lead to cemetery. Guns and bombs in the 21st century. World leaders giving up bad influence. War and strife and mash up the country. Sell out everything and then they crash the currency. Yeah. It's gonna cause a revolution.
It's gonna cause a revolution. Only love is the solution. Only love is the solution. They're fighting for a potion, and they scar up the ocean. Blood gonna run like lotion.
The Babylon system ain't doing no good. Work every day, but still we can't.
You work every day, but you can't buy no food.
Look how
many young girls getting pregnant, but they come for the money.
And I just see my rights, you want come touch this. But you know not give me no justice.
They're gonna cause a revolution. It's gonna cause a revolution. Only love is the solution, cause only love is the solution. They're fighting for a potion and scar up the ocean. Blood I go run like lotion. Blood I go run like lotion.
We work so hard, we're the poor and needy. Oh my Lord, just not easy, eh? Go to school, learn to read, my children. You fight us out, how can we feed our children? We speak the truth, so you're just not liking us. You steal the fruits, now you run, come right pick up. Righteousness kill the people. Cause every day Babylon kill the people. It's gonna cause a revolution. It's gonna cause a revolution.
I love that he throws in blood's gonna run like lotion. You know what I mean? Like, can you get any more, like, right? You guys know what I'm talking about? Run like a lotion.
Now look from when them said them want to help with. From way back then, but they're just not interested. So many youths in the penitentiary. Crime and violence are lead to the cemetery. Guns and bombs in the 21st century. World leaders giving a bad influence. War and strife just a mash up the country. You sell out everything and then you crash the currency.
They're gonna sell out everything and then they're gonna crash the currency. They're gonna sell out everything and then they're gonna crash the currency. They're gonna sell out everything and they're gonna crash the currency. They're gonna sell out everything and they're gonna crash the currency. Maybe what they'll also do is take everything, every natural commodity, tokenize it on the blockchain, because the blockchain is going to save us, and then they crash the currency. But wait a minute, what currency will they be crashing? I don't know. Let's think about that one for a second. Do we really want to go there? I don't think I want to fully go there, but let me just tell you right now, please, be careful with what you buy into. And Orthodox Boomer Grandma's touching upon what I'm hinting at, it kinda. I don't know how much I want to go into that right now. But believe me, just because a few people are like, yo, this is it, man. It ain't so. My opinion, you guys kind of sort of heard a little bit. I try not to go too far with it and talk about it too much with too many details. And I do speak a little bit in code when it comes to this subject and a few others. But I would say I definitely agree with Cyprian from the Royal Path's thoughts on the subject. And I agree with a few other names I don't want to mention. I did say in 2020 and 2019 when we got into some of the Kripoto stuff, get out by 2025. I did say that. There was a reason why I said that. And then when you know what? I'm going to keep it there. I'm just going to say, boys and girls, definitely do your homework. Don't take anything you're told at face value. It's not because a lot of people that are saying stuff to you don't, are doing it on purpose. I'm not saying that. A lot of them are lovely people that I adore. It's just maybe they don't have the full scope of what that stuff is all about. I'm going to leave it at that right now. I'm not going to go any further with that. But please, I would recommend you definitely do your homework. Look into the subject a bit more. Yes, we are dabbling in some of it ourselves. But like I said, in 2019, any of my friends that were getting into it with in the whole thing, I was like, I'm like, yo, get out by 2025 for show. It's not going to be saving you in the way you think it is. It's not good. I'll just leave it at that. Let's see. What's Antonio Slash saying? On a brighter note, Mano, what is one thing in Canada is doing right, in your opinion, if there's anything? LOL. You know what? I have said, some of the, everything positive I've given so far about Canada was friends and family. Lots of great friends and family. Yes, the white papers, Denise. Just read the first paragraph. I haven't listened to. Sorry, I'll talk about that in a second. I didn't watch the dropping that he did recently, Cyprian, about Bitcoin Mystery School. But if it was anything like what the course we took with him, it's all written in the first paragraph what it was intended for. It's all written and kind of like you're told what it's all about. And in the debate on how this is all going to play out is a different story. I don't want to get into it too much, but just keep in mind it was considered a system and it's considered a network. You do not hold networks. You do not hold systems. You use systems and you use networks. If you would like to fight back using that, you would have to use it as a network and as a system. It is not a type of currency. So it was hold. Anyways, I'm just not going to get into it. But like I said, they're going to sell out everything and they're going to crash the currency, Sizzla told us. That's what Sizzla told us. I think he was right. Back to Slash's question, Antonio Slash. Let's see. Antonio Slash was asking about good things Canada's doing right. You know what? I said, a lot of things I loved about Canada and still do is my friends and family are here. Definitely awesome. I would say that I love Toronto as a walking city. It really is awesome. And I love the way Toronto was designed and built. I haven't been to Montreal in a long time, and I remember the same about Montreal. Vancouver, I wasn't a huge fan of Vancouver so much as a city. But Toronto and Montreal are fantastic walking cities. I did walk the city a couple times since being back, and I have to say I still love it. I love that part of Toronto a lot. And I love the way that they designed the city in the sense that Toronto, it's less so now, but it's still there. But it was definitely the case back in the day, and I'm not even talking about all that long ago back in the day, 2010 down. Toronto is always known as a city of neighborhoods. So you would literally walk Toronto and you go down like a bunch of blocks and it's as if you're in a whole different place. More so than other cities I've ever seen. So there'd be every city has like a Chinatown, a Greek town, or this or that, or whatever. We in Toronto have had more so before, these distinct little blocks and neighborhoods where you walk and all of a sudden, it looks one way, and then a couple blocks later it's like you're in a totally different world. And I love that about Toronto. It's awesome. Like you'll be walking down Chinatown, for example, here, and then all of a sudden you make a left turn, and boom, you're in this place called Kensington Market. And loved Kensington Market so much definitely before the COVIDs. Currently, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it's not exactly the place I'd left behind. And all of a sudden, you're in this place called Kensington Market with like really weird secondhand stores, crazy record stores, amazing health food stores, amazing restaurants, like just bizarre little, you can get like traditional Mexican food, like actual Mexican food. You can get actual Jamaican food. You can get like, you name it. You know what I'm saying? Real homemade beef patties. You can walk into a store and find an old bowler shirt from like 1955, which I own downstairs, and really cool place. Then you just keep walking out of there, and then bam, you're in this like whole other place where it's kind of more hipster, gentrified, and then you just walk out of there, and bam, you're in this like little business district area. Bam, you keep walking, right in front of you, there it is. It's formerly Little Italy, then now it's kind of like Little Portugal, and then it's kind of neither now. The Brazilians took over, so it's pretty cool. Brody says Vancouver is beautiful. Victoria is lovely, just not the politics. Yeah. No, BC is one of the most beautiful provinces in Canada, for sure. Don't disagree with that. Vancouver is nice, but as a city, I don't like it. I don't think it's a functional city. I don't think it was. I walked Vancouver a couple times. Maybe you don't have a reference of like Toronto or Montreal. Maybe that's why you're saying Vancouver's like that, cool like that, Brody. But it's by comparison, it's definitely not as cool. First of all, you can't walk as like. I found it was BC's awesome. What's Orthodox Dogface saying? My favorite place in Toronto is Art Gallery of Ontario. I saw some pieces. Art Gallery Ontario was pretty cool. I haven't been there in a long time. We definitely had a lot of cool things like that back in the day. We had the Science Center, the Ontario Place, the museum, the Royal Ontario Museum was pretty cool. I don't know if it's cool anymore. The art gallery is cool and all that stuff. But yeah, that area you're talking about, Dogface, is more of like I like that area too, but it's more of like business like and all of that stuff, which is it's pretty cool. Vancouver is very West Coasty for sure. I haven't been to Ramen forever. Let's play some more tunes, and then see about where this goes, where the tree goes. Definitely feel like my head look horrible way, but anyway, let's go with some cats. Sam Cooke, but whatever.
In a little tent, oh, and just like the river, I've been running ever since. It's a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. It's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die. 'Cause I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come.
Let's hope a good change is coming. I know it is. I know it is. Oh, Sam Cooke, man. That voice.
And I go downtown.
Baby.
Somebody keep telling me don't hang around. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come.
All right, looks like we're gonna have to tie things up
Oh, yes,
soon.
it will.
I didn't realize what time it is.
Then
Sam
I
Cooke.
go
This
to
is Sam
my
Cooke.
brother,
A change gonna come.
and I say, brother, help me please. But he winds up knocking me back down on my knees. Lord, there've been times that I thought I could last for long, but now I think I'm able to carry on. It's been a long.
Yeah. The Otis Redding version of that is in many ways probably my favorite. I also, there's a couple of good versions of that, but of course, Sam Cooke. I just need to hear that voice. We are going to get ready to go because we're going to meet up with my longtime old school buddy. I've known him since grade 4, Harry. We're going to go grab a coffee, chill out, hang out. I didn't realize what time it is, and actually he's coming. He's going to be here in half an hour, so we got to pack up our mess here. Let's leave with, I'm going to stick with the soul. We did a lot of soul ska today. And you know what? I'm just really like in that kind of a vibe, you know what I'm saying? Gotta bring in the one and only, the magnificent Otis Redding. Try a little tenderness. Come on, man. Come on, man. Otis. Otis. Woo, Otis. Ah. Right here. This part right here. Come on, man. So good.
definitely one of my top 5 favorite vocalists of all time. The great, wonderful Otis Redding. Always go back to him when I need a little bit of, just gotta feel right. You know what I mean? Otis puts things right. Do you know what I'm saying? He puts things right every time. You know what, guys? One thing I have to say, after having spent last year really trying to focus on my my faith, my praxis, and doing that thing that I, was trying to learn how. What am I trying to say? I was on my game last year for a large part of it. Praxis, keeping my mind with God, Jesus prayer, sticking to my prayer rule, connecting with all you brothers and sisters out there, keeping each other on track, accountable, trying to learn together, try to understand things together, and it was a great year in that sense, for sure. Definitely helped a lot of the ups and downs. And what I mean by even the ups is did we just get booked?
I think so.
Oh yeah. All right. Done. Harry will be here.
What's happening, man? What's happening? What's happening?
Bored no more.
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? This is the Bored No More Network. Bored No More. What's happening?